Okay, people, quickly, because I don't have a lot of time here. I shouldn't even be doing this, actually, but it really kind of pissed me off. Um, Today, Donnie announced, and he got Walmart to go along with the fake announcement, that their Thanksgiving dinner is cheaper than last year. He didn't tell you the part where they left a bunch of shit out of that dinner, and the turkey's smaller, though. That's the part he left out. He also recently, I don't know if you noticed, I did. I didn't even feel it was worthy of talking about because it's just another piece of lake fodder going along with the Reich. Someone we're supposed to look up to, right? Bill Gates. Bill put a statement out that climate change really isn't that bad and blah, 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 fucking blah. Directly contradicting things he'd said in the past. Why did Bill do that? Because Donnie asked him to. That's why. That's it. No other reason. These people don't actually believe in anything, including Mr. Gates, except his fucking portfolio. How do I know that? Mr. Gates has been talking about climate problems for years, and then Donnie, the Reich, comes along. All of a sudden, Mr. Gates handing millions of dollars to the Reich and saying things like, oh yeah, that climate stuff I talked about all those years, don't worry about that. My main mission in life here is to make sure my portfolio is larger than everyone else's. That's all I really care about. And that's the proof. And so many people in this world, and it's sad to watch, they will spout shit for years. And then when it becomes inconvenient for them, no matter how rich and tough and powerful they seem to be, they just forego everything they said for years. My portfolio and status is all that matters. I'm going to say the direct opposite now, because I don't want to run afoul with the Reich. We've watched Google do it, YouTube do it, Twitter do it, Bill Gates do it, Bezos do it, any name you can think of, Zuckerberg, all of them. All of them. Directly opposite of what they used to be. What does that tell you, class? They don't believe in jack fucking shit. Neither does the cult, neither does the Reich. They don't believe in anything except, how do I steal more for me and my fat family? How do I do that? Because I wouldn't want my kids to lose weight now. So it started with this Donnie post, and then of course it got community noted on Twitter. It's a post on True Social, but you can still community note shit from other places. It doesn't matter. Let's take a look at the latest bullshit. Walmart, because I told them to say it, announced that prices for a Thanksgiving dinner is now down 25%. I added that told them to say it part. Because my grift is showing. I can't have my grift showing. I need a favor, Walmart. The price for the Thanksgiving dinner is now down 25% since under sleepy, crooked Joe Biden in 2024. Affordability is a Republican stronghold. Hopefully Republicans will use this irrefutable fact. So Donnie's admitting this is a talking point at the end. He's telling you it's a talking point I would like you to use. You should really use it. Donnie learned a new word called affordability as he's stealing your food money, withholding it from you. As far as I'm concerned, that's theft. It's also evil. It's also Satan. Millions of people have not gotten their food card money, and they don't get much, son. I've seen what people get. I've known people on those programs. They don't get jack fucking shit. They get enough to eat ramen, son. If you're lucky. That's if you get anything at all. Because these programs ain't easy to get on, son. Nothing free ever is easy to get on. Never. So Donnie learned a new word called affordability. He will be using that often as he grifts, lies, cheats, and steals, boy. Here's the thing, before I read this community note. When you are grifting, when you are dismantling, looting, trying to start an authoritarian Reich where you steal every dollar that's not nailed down, that begins to show via disintegration of society. Like Russia, take a look. Most of it's a third world country. A lot of motherfuckers don't even have electricity or plumbing. Why? Because Vlad and his buddies stole all the money. You're witnessing that here, that process play out. Literally. That starts to show at some point. So you got to get major companies to lie for you. Like this. Bill Gates agreed. Bezos agreed. Sundar agreed. Zuckerberg agreed. Why wouldn't Walmart agree too? They down with the dystopian Reich coming. They love it. Walmart, McDonald's are most of the reason people are on welfare. They working, still getting welfare because of the slave wages being paid by Walmart and McDonald's and other places. So we as taxpayers are subsidizing billionaires that own mega corporations. And this has been going on forever. Let's read the community note. Wait, one more time. When you're dismantling and looting the country and trying to start a Nazi Reich, that starts to show. Then you need billionaires to lie for you. Gates just did it last week. Now Walmart's doing it. You ready for the community note? Missing context. The 2025 Walmart Thanksgiving meal contains 15 items, while the 2024 meal contained 21 items. Additionally, most of the brand name items in the 2024 meal were replaced with Walmart cheap-ass disgusting items. Great value, they're called. Great value items. That's Walmart's brand. So, you're getting a cheaper quality meal. You're getting a smaller turkey. You're getting about 6 less items. And a lot of those name brand items been replaced with shitty Walmart brand. So, it's not the same meal being sold as last year. Disingenuous cunt Rubes and Reich. And again, these types of lies are necessary when you are looting a country. And it appears the billionaires, the head of Walmart, whoever those cunts are, Bezos, Gates, all of them, they seem perfectly willing to tell whatever lie keeps them, in the good graces of the Reich and keeps them, most importantly, on top. Because that's all that matters to these cunts. It's all that ever mattered, son. Despite what any worthless statement they've ever given publicly. Just wastes of oxygen. Just lake fodder. Sad to watch so many people that appeared to have convictions throughout the decades basically just do a complete turnaround, 180. I never really believed in that anyway. Pizzagate, pedophiles, liberals. Direct evidence Donnie's a pedophile comes out. Oh, we don't see that. What are you talking about? You've never believed in anything, and you prove it by the second, and I'm talking to the cult and the Reich as well. They're all criminals. They're all liars. They're all Nazis. And by they're all, I mean the Reich specifically, not everyone in government. You know who the Reich members are. They make it quite obvious. This is their big moment. They're all doing a great act for you. And they're doing their impressions of famous Nazis. Literally. The clothes they wear, the things they say, the ideas they put forth. They do in their impression just like a famous musician does his impression of his idols. So one more time, the latest lie from the Reich to cover up the fact that they are stealing, if not have already stolen, the money for millions of people, the poorest people in this country. They holding that money. They talking we only giving half. They talking we don't want to deplete the whole fund. Why? Because Donnie stole it? Is that why? It wouldn't surprise me if that was true. They really seem to, the Reich really seems to. They would rather, I don't know, walk over hot coals in bare feet than give that food money out. There's only two possible reasons for that. They're abject evil and the money's sitting there, and they just don't want to give it because they're of Satan, which they are. Or Donnie stole the money because you're being dismantled and looted utterly and completely. My God. And it's obvious. Donnie straight up said, I just want $350. They owe it to me. I was treated unfairly. I'm just going to take it. Pam will sign off. Don't worry. That's the level of evil and outright fucking thievery we're talking about. This is Donnie's grift come true. Your money in his fucking pocket. You might as well have let all the foxes in your hen house. All of them. The whole forest's worth. That's what you've done, son. And you're realizing that now, aren't you? As you're standing in a food line without your MAGA t-shirt, without your MAGA hat. I've seen the videos, and there's more than one, son, of a whole gaggle of MAGA idiots in a goddamn bread line because they knew better and they went with their daddy Satan instead of those beliefs they alleged to have in Christ and all that. Now they ass standing in a bread line. I showed you the video the other day. A guy was being a smartass. And this isn't fun, but it needs to be done. And he said to the people in line who were obviously MAGA at the food bank, where's your MAGA hats at? And the one gentleman, a white gentleman in some camo, hunting type camo, not army. He's standing, oh, come on, man. We know. He was acknowledging it. We got fucking played. He didn't say it, but he's like, come on, man. We know. We know. Here's the thing about we know. Now it's after the fact. Now we must all suffer your Satanism and idiocy. That's the problem here. And the empire's going away. And you, the MAGA in the food line, you should be realizing that right now. And guess what, son? It's too fucking late. You already in the bread line. This is why all of us been yelling for 10 years. Again, because we care about ourselves, our country, and you more than you do, son. That's why you in that bread line. You didn't care about you. You cared about worthless culture wars, tax cuts, Satan. You cared about all that. You didn't care about your best fucking interests. That's why we've been yelling again for 10 years, son. Now you in a goddamn bread line. And the turkey dinner, I want to be real clear at Walmart. Not that you'll be able to buy it, you poorest out there in America, because the Reich is stealing your food money. Until it's on your card, it's theft, in my opinion. And I have no problem saying it. Want to be real clear one more time. The Thanksgiving meal is smaller, not that you'll be able to buy it. They just needed a talking point. Affordability, Donnie said. He learned that word about 2 days ago. Of course, it doesn't have any real meaning in actual reality coming from the right. It just means, well, we now have a talking point that's a lie, that we're misrepresenting, that we can put out to cover up the fact, one, the Epstein files, my God, and two, the Reich is literally starving you right now if you're on the food card. Literally. Intentionally, on purpose, with joy. So it don't matter what that turkey at Walmart costs, does it, son? Because no one got their food card money, and if they do get it, it's going to be way less than it should be. So they won't be able to afford it anyway, cunts. And I know you in the breadline, the Maga cultist, without his hat on all of a sudden. Because you wouldn't want to admit you voted for this. We all know that. We've been saying that for 10 years. 20 years from now, that's if the world lasts that long. And it won't, son. It's over. You all would be pretending you didn't vote for it. And you'd be lying to everybody. Just like you are in that food line. Luckily for us, we can see the rest of the clothing you wear and know exactly what you are. And again, I take no joy in shit like that. Someone being in a food line because they can't afford food. And I don't care who you are, son. I take no joy. But there are some things that need to be said and need to be pointed out. Because you people made this a party for 10 years, hurting other people. And laughed and joked and said how great it was. Now you in a goddamn breadline. What you got to say now? We didn't want you in that breadline. That's why we begged you not to do it. You knew better, son. These things need to be said. I take no joy in saying them. Because even someone I fucking hate, and I've said this for years, even someone I fucking despise, I do not want to see homeless and on the streets starving. That's the kind of person I am. And I've always been. I take no joy in the starvation suffering of others. Unfortunately, there's a whole cult in this fucking country that does. That's why America's over. That's why you ain't going to even be able to afford the goddamn Walmart turkey that's smaller than last year. Because you didn't get your food card money. And 6 less items, and a lot of the name brands have been switched for Walmart shit, GMO, Chinese garbage. Good luck, son. I'm sure it'll be a very tasty meal. And hey, it's cheaper than last year. Never mind the fact you're getting way less. We just needed a talking point. Affordability, Rubes. Another worthless phrase or word given to you straight from Satan. Affordability. Even though the meal's smaller. Even though we're stealing your food money and you won't be able to buy it anyway. But hey, I got the head of Walmart to lie for me. That's something, right? Affordability. Able-bodied. Oh shit, I'm in a breadline because I voted for the Antichrist. Because I thought it was funny. Oh shit. My vote has real-world consequences. On me. Oh no. And don't point out that we all did this while we stand in the breadline. That'd be cruel, right? And this is Donnie in the White House today, touting his lie he got Walmart to tell. So Walmart, to me, that's AAA, but they just came out with a very powerful statement that I told them to say. That under the Biden administration, a Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings costs 25% more. And you know what? Under the Biden administration, people got their food card money so they could actually buy the fucking meal. This time, as Donnie's literally holding your money in his pocket and laughing about it, if he didn't steal it already, which he probably did. He's saying, oh, but you can get the Thanksgiving dinner a little cheaper than last year because, you know, Crooked Joe
didn't have you cunts standing in a fucking bread line and laughing about it, son. He didn't have a court order saying he has to disperse food money and then withholds it anyway. He didn't do none of that to you.
In fact, when Joe left, let me remind you again, idiots, he said, I see an oligarchy forming here. This is looking pretty bad. He tried to warn you. Why? Because Joe Biden ain't an oligarch. Your Messiah is an oligarch and a pedophile and a traitor and a liar and a thief and a rapist. That was all shown to you for a reason. It was a test for you. You failed utterly. So far, you still have time, son. It's an open book test. That book you read all your life that you claim to believe in. All the answers are in there. You don't want to hear none of that, though. And you decided to go with the devil. That's going to have consequences for your life, son, as you're learning now in the breadline. Under the Biden administration, Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings costs 25% more. The meal is cheaper now because the turkey's smaller. That's the commenter saying that. Yeah, the turkey's smaller. There's 6 less items. Yeah. All the costs have gone up because of Donnie's tariffs, other grifts he's got going, just straight gouging. When that happens, you can't give the same amount for the same price. You got to pull some bullshit like this. You know, like Oreos have gotten smaller over the years. Doritos have gotten smaller and less in the bag. All that great stuff. Same principle here, Rubes. I am tired of seeing this spectacle. Especially as they are stealing your fucking food money. It's now what, the 5th or the 6th, and the money is not on your card, and you've got this fat orange cunt in a shitty diaper and a piss bag wrapped around his fucking leg, stealing your money and starving you intentionally. And this lie about the Walmart turkey meal that's way smaller than last year, I'm sure this will help. I'm sure this will be a consolation as you go all fucking month without your fucking food card. Because a Reich wants to starve you because they need riots. And they probably stole the money already, son. Again, this is why we begged you for 10 years not to put this fucking devil, this demon, this fucking conman grifter. Every breath is a grift, son. We begged you not to put him in power. Now your ass is in a breadline without your food card money being intentionally withheld from you. But don't worry. The turkey meal at Walmart. Donnie got together with Walmart so they could come up with a talking point. It's all been planned for weeks. This talking point about the cheaper Walmart meal. I'm sure that will help you out. Just so tremendously, so strongly. Right, Rubes? We begged you not to do it. I don't want to see no one starve. That's why I was begging you. You didn't care. If you think this is as bad as it can get, son, oh, you in for a big fucking surprise. It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You've got thieves in charge and you gave them the keys. You might as well have gave all the foxes in the forest the keys to your home, business, and the hen house. Good luck in fucking apocalyptic fucking dystopia. Hey, so many of you out there and across the world, even in this moment, you knew better. Never forget that. And don't get mad at people when you're in the bread line and they ask you, where's your MAGA hat at, son? You were so proud of it before. You were proud of fucking us all over before. Have a wonderful day.